So welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be looking at tight hamstrings and how we can solve that problem before we go out for a run. So it might be a case that you are sitting down at work, maybe in the car too much or sitting on the couch. And it just seems that those hamstrings seem to be getting tighter when that knee's in that 90-degree sort of position. So in this video, we're going to be looking at some nice dynamic stretches that you can do before you go out for a run to loosen them off and then get the best out of your body and run smoother. So before you go through these dynamic stretches, make sure that you're nice and warmed up, so you've gone through a nice solid workout and you're ready to go. So let's do it. So the first one's a nice one. We can do this rather on the spot, or we can do it just kind of walking along as well. I'm going to just show it walking along. So you're going to keep the back nice and straight, so we're nice and tall from the crown of the head, and we're keeping that nice posture. So think about having a stick along your back and you're just going to hinge from the hips, okay? So we're not going to be bending from that thoracic spine. So that's the first bit. So we make sure that that's nice and connected, and then all we're going to do is put one leg forward. And then from here, you're going to hinge the hips back until you feel a nice little stretch in the back of the hamstring. And then you're going to release, and then you're going to switch over, switch legs, and then again, hinging back, keeping that back nice and neutral. You can push that butt in the air, push it back, feel that nice stretch, and then back out. So in real time, so it's just nice and easy. So we just go bang. Just making sure that that back's nice and straight, hips are going back. And then we're nice and loose. So do around about 5 to 10 of them on each leg, and that should get you nicely moving along. So stretch number 2. So this one's a little bit more dynamic. So again, try not to force this, okay? So it's a bit of a leg swing at the same time. Again, the same applies. You're nice and tall from the crown of the head, so we're not getting any sort of like bending from the lower back or from the upper back. We try and keep that as neutral as possible. And then again, you can do this on the spot, or you can do this walking along as well. So again, keep the leg as straight as you can, as straight as possible. And then we're just going to come up and then come up. So it's just nice and easy, nice and light. We're not trying to force it. And we're just getting a nice little stretch through that hamstring, keeping that back nice and neutral. And just like so. So again, you could do 5 to 10 of those, and you should feel that those hamstrings loosen off a little bit. So number 3 will be a good one for if you've had a nice little warm up indoors, because you'll be laying down for this one, okay? So make sure that you've got something nice and comfortable to lay on. And then again, we're just going to lay down, that back nice and neutral, okay? Make sure the spine's in a nice position, shoulders are down, and then all we're going to do, feet hip width apart, feet flat on the floor. We're going to just bring this leg up, and then we're just going to hold on to the back of the thigh, back of the hamstrings. And then from here, all we're going to do is just push the hamstrings into the hand, and then we're just going to straighten out the leg, and then back down. So again, nice and easy, nice and controlled. We're not trying to force it. A little pause at the top, little stretch, and then ease back down, nice. And you really feel those hamstrings loosening off. Now, if you can't feel that and you need to go a little bit further, you can bring the knee towards the body, and then we're gonna stretch through that again. And again, nice and controlled, so it's no fast motion. We're not trying to really sort of push through it. We're just getting onto that end range, nice little squeeze, feel the hamstring stretch and release. And then obviously we do the same on the other side as well. So that's a nice one. Again, if you're warming up indoors, really gets into those hamstrings nicely. So number 4, so this one's quite a nice one. You can do this outside or inside. So we're going to come down to kind of a kneeling position, half kneeling position. The foot and the knee is going to be roughly about hip width apart. We're going to just place that foot in front of the body, okay? And then we're just going to lean forward from the hips and from the upper chest. And then you might want to just start in this position here. So we're bringing the weight forward, hands on the floor, And now from here, what we're going to do is just bring the butt back, feel the stretch, and then back forward. Nice and controlled again, nice and easy. Get that nice little stretch. Just pause for a second. And then back. And you're just allowing that knee to straighten out. And again, we're pushing that butt back and we're feeling that nice little stretch. Good, and relax. And then again, we go on to the other side. And again, just making sure your foot and your knee is roughly about hip width apart. If you want a little bit more balance, maybe a little bit wider. And then from here, placing the hands in front of the body, push the weight forward, and then we're just going to come back, feel that stretch, and then forward. Again, so it's nice and easy. Again, if you don't feel that stretch, you can just put your foot out a little bit wider or a little bit further away from the body, I say, and then just repeat that again. So you're just getting down into that position and then straightening out this leg and then back. Good, and that gets in there really nicely. So right, so we've got a nice little bonus stretch at the end here. So you might need a wall or something like a tree that you can put your foot on, and then we're just going to elevate the leg for this one. So number 5, so this one's going to be the nice bonus stretch, this one. So you're going to need to elevate the foot and the leg. So we're just going to place the foot up here, okay? Again, keeping that back nice and neutral, so we're not going to be hunching through as we do this. So you're keeping that nice posture. Again, make sure you're nice and balanced. And then we're just going to lean forward slightly. And then from here, we're just going to hinge from the hips again, push the hips back, feel that stretch, and then back up. So it's just nice and easy, coming forward, and back. So the chest is coming forward, but it's coming forward and we're hinging from that hip again. So that's that hip hinge coming forward, nice stretch, hold it for a second and back out. And then obviously we're going to repeat that on the other leg. Again, you can do this 5 to 10 times. Just keeping it nice and easy, nice and slow. So again, you're thinking about something hitting you just here on the hips and you're just hinging from there. Everything else is nice and straight, okay? So hope you enjoyed these stretches for your hamstrings before you go out for a nice little run. They are quite dynamic, is what we need as well before we run. And let me know in the comments below what one is your favorite, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.